Hello friends, this is Kik, and today in the episode OpenAI plans to close access to GPT through the API for China. Rolls-Royce has shown a compact reactor of the future, the Android HumanPlus, which has mastered boxing and piano playing just by observing people. An electric hypercar that has broken the world speed record, the world's first hydrogen-fueled VTOL aircraft, and EOS-X Space, which plans to launch space flights on a balloon. All this and much more right now, let's go! Let's start today with OpenAI, the developer of ChatGPT, which plans to close access to its API in China and several other countries. Although ChatGPT is already unavailable in mainland China, many Chinese startups have used OpenAI's API to create their own applications. Starting Monday, Chinese users began receiving notifications that they are in a region not supported by OpenAI and that additional measures to block API traffic will begin on July 9th. In response to these actions, leading Chinese AI companies began offering alternatives. Baidu, the largest AI developer in China, announced the launch of a program providing new users with free migration to the Ernie platform. OpenAI users will be provided with additional tokens to use the Ernie 3.5 model, equivalent to their previous usage of OpenAI. Alibaba Cloud also joined the initiative, offering free tokens and migration services for OpenAI API users through its AI platform. The QuenPlus model from Alibaba is significantly cheaper than GPT-4. Over the past year, many Chinese companies have released chatbots based on their own AI models to compete with American counterparts and strengthen their market positions. Meanwhile, Rolls-Royce, which can long be called a British aerospace and defense company, has presented the next-generation microreactor. The development combines innovative technologies, multiple protective layers, and a uranium core. But most importantly, the mobile and relatively compact device can radically change the energy production of the future. The system is part of Rolls-Royce's nuclear portfolio and can be used for a variety of tasks: civil, industrial, and space. For example, a microreactor can be an alternative to traditional power plants and help in remote areas. It occupies only a couple of transport containers. The development delivers from 1 to 10 megawatts and is comparable in specific power to small modular reactors of 500 megawatts. However, the latter occupy an area of 2 football fields. Moreover, the microreactor does not pose a threat to nature and humans. The core is surrounded by multiple layers of protection. Rolls-Royce's new technology is expected to make a significant contribution to the development of this industry. Meanwhile, the Android HumanPlus has mastered boxing and piano playing just by observing people. The humanoid, based on the H1 model from Unitree, uses a single RGB camera and full-body control algorithms to mimic human movements. Researchers claim that HumanPlus needs 40 hours of human movement data to learn a task and then perform it step by step. Moreover, it can follow people with its camera and then reproduce the actions in real time. In a video, it folds shirts, puts items in a basket, and uses a keyboard. Another feature of the robot is its open-source code. This means its functionality can be modified as needed in the future. Researchers have also published a repository on GitHub allowing anyone to build a similar robot model themselves. Stanford researchers also shared data on the cost of various components used in HumanPlus. According to the team's estimates, they built the robot for approximately $107,945. Considering the number of movements it can copy and perform, this is likely one of the cheapest options available on the market. The robot's announcement coincided with statements by Tesla CEO Elon Musk that more than 1,000 humanoid robots will work at his company's factories next year. The billionaire also announced that Optimus robots could go on sale next year, turning Tesla into a $25 trillion company. In his opinion, Optimus will become Tesla's most important product. 2 of the company's robots are already autonomously working at its main plant in the United States. Let's move on. The Owl SP600 electric hypercar from the Japanese company Aspark has achieved the status of the world's fastest electric car, taking the lead from Rimac Nevra and breaking the 2022 record by 26.7 km per hour. The vehicle accelerated to a record 438.7 km per hour. Aspark was founded in 2005. The auto concern has been working on creating the hypercar for almost 10 years. Aspark Owl debuted at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 2017 as a prototype. In 2018, it was first tested on the track, where it was able to accelerate from 0 to 100 km per hour in 1.89 seconds. In 2019, the Aspark Owl was equipped with an engine with a power of 1,480 kilowatts and a torque of 2,000 Newton meters. By 2024, the company updated the hypercar's configurations, resulting in the production model Aspark Owl, boasting an output power of 4 engines of 1,456 kilowatts or 1,953 horsepower. The German automaker Audi announced the release of the most powerful model in its history, the RS E-Tron GT performance electric car with a maximum power of 912 horsepower. The novelty will appear on the US market by the end of this year. The updated version of the Audi e-tron GT received an increased battery and higher charging speed. The battery capacity increased from 84 to 97 kilowatt-hours, providing a range of up to 608 kilometers according to the WLTP cycle for the S e-tron GT model. Although official EPA data has not yet been published, the previous model had a range of 400 kilometers. The maximum charging power increased from 270 kilowatts to 320 kilowatts, allowing the battery to be charged for 280 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes from a compatible DC charger. In addition, Audi reduced the battery weight by 9 kilograms and the rear electric motor by 10 kilograms. The regenerative braking power increased from 290 to 400 kilowatts. The new generation e-tron GT also received a 2-chamber and 2-valve air suspension, which can lower the car body by 5 to 7 centimeters to improve comfort on rough roads. Rivian is preparing 5 new electric vehicle models. The corresponding document mainly focuses on the details of the announced cooperation with Volkswagen, but Rivian's own plans are highlighted on a separate slide. Again, in the manner of Tesla, Robert Scarenge's company hides yet-to-be-announced models under virtual covers, but in this case, relying on the outlines of hidden cars makes little sense. The MSP platform will be the basis for not only the upcoming R2, R3, and R3X crossovers, but also another unknown purpose vehicle. R2 crossovers will be offered at a price starting from $45,000. The R3 family will be even slightly cheaper, so in the far right column, there are 3 Rivian electric vehicle models for the mass market, which will be the most affordable in the manufacturer's lineup. It cannot be ruled out that one of them will be an electric pickup truck, as this type of vehicle is in demand in the North American market, and the R1T was among the first 2 models of the brand to go into production. Now let's take to the skies. The Swiss aerospace company Sirius Aviation has unveiled the design of the vertical takeoff and landing aircraft Sirius Jet. The structural features of the aircraft include a nose fin for more stable flight, as well as V-shaped tail fins typical of small aviation. The main and front wings carry 28 ducted fans, which can rotate to change flight mode. Each fan is driven by its own motor. The estimated cruising speed of the 3-seater Sirius Jet is 515 kilometers per hour. The aircraft can ascend to an altitude of 10,000 meters. The flight range on one tank of hydrogen fuel located in the tail section of the aircraft is 1,850 kilometers. In addition to the hydrogen power plant, the model is distinguished by its quiet flight. The ducted fans emit about 60 decibels, which is 90% quieter than the noise of a helicopter. At a distance of 100 meters, its sound is comparable to that of a working dishwasher. This means that the aircraft can land near residential houses. And what is kick without space? The Spanish startup EOS-X Space has almost completed the development of a space balloon with a capsule capable of ascending to the edge of space. The unique cruise for wealthy clients may be launched as early as next year. The development involves using a carbon fiber pressurized capsule to carry 7 passengers and a pilot to an altitude of up to 40,000 meters. The first commercial flights of EOS-X Space are scheduled at bases in Seville and Abu Dhabi in the 3rd quarter of 2025. Inside the capsule are ergonomic seats, panoramic windows, a bar, and a restroom. The entire interior is decorated with soft lighting. The cost of one EOS-X flight is estimated to be from $160,550 to $214,060. The first test trials of the capsule are planned soon in collaboration with Spain's National Institute of Aerospace Technology. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on high-tech news. Peace to your home.